Alright, this is going to be round 1 of the dueling tournament here tonight, the final of the night. The dueling flag is going to go down here. Opening up here, going with the title charm, the ambush, and then the title charm afterwards. Going to blink out of it. Polymorph coming out. Utilizing the MQG for that extra cast speed. The rogue is just kind of sprinting at them. Furbog pouch coming out from power bottom here. They are going to be using rocket boosts. Cheap shot comes out, but they instantly are going to blink out of it here. The grenade is going to come down from the mage onto the rogue here. He does have backfired boost, but then he does ice block it afterwards. The Cone of Cold does bring that rogue out as soon as they vanish. The first blind comes out, the first ice block comes out. Oh, they must have not ice blocked. They blink out of the stun immediately. Happened quite quickly. They use the Gnomish Racial to get out of that slow. They use the Mana Gem there for that little extra oomph here. They're going to need every resource they can. The Frost Nova will clip the rogue. They use the Gouge just in order to kind of, at this point, stall a little bit longer, get a little bit more energy back. Mage using the rank 1 Frostbolt. He's very low on mana. The Gouge comes out. And then just Eviscerate to finish him off. Very clean. Gotta say who... Oh, you are. You're going to be up against... it's going to be a rogue, mate. It's going to be a rogue. Big ol' ogre over there. First round goes to the rogue. Hardly over. They are going to Fire Ward here. Just kind of looking to absorb that Sapper charge. Refresh the Ice Barrier one more time. The duel is going to starting with the ambush, going into the kidney shot, but they blink out of it and follow up with their own title, so they are able to just kind of cleanly sheep the rogue. Now the rogue does the same thing, Chidle from afar. The grenade stops them from really getting distance in that time. The rogue uses the first vanish, just open back up onto the mage here. They instantly are going to blink out of the harm's way, but the blind comes out. Cone of Cold does, and they reset. So they do have another ice block if the rogue decides to throw out another blind right now. Ooh, he might not need to. There's too much pressure. Ice block, but I don't think there's anything they can do. There's just too much pressure coming out right now. He has the Furbog pouch, but here's the thing: when you ice block, that and you can't utilize that for blind, the rogue has that opportunity. I love the fire. I love that extra oomph he tried to put out, but the second round will go to Slad. Alright, the next round is going to be between Ben and Champagne Poppy. Ben and Champagne Poppy. Yeah, good. Champagne Poppy's a good mage for sure. I wonder if he's listening right now. He might be AFK right now. We can go on. Let's just keep this fluid. Let's keep this rolling. He can come back right after Nixon and Cenarian. Nixon and Cenarian. If you guys want to duel, then we'll come right back to this as soon as he's back. Kind of caught you off guard. You're ready to watch another duel, but... You can zap her. Alright, the dueling flag goes down. The Warlock might need another second here to get things going. Rogue is going to stealth up. I'd imagine they'll start with a cheap shot. Sometimes you see the ambush versus the mages because they know they're going to blink at anybody. Or anyway. The cheap shot goes down here. They are going with a wound poison here. They know that the Warlock does have that self-heal. Those different forms of self-heal, and he wants to make sure they cannot use that. The first blind's going to come down. He's sprinting away from the pet. He can stealth again. He opens back up. Oh, he saps. There is the sacrifice. He might... is he going to try to burn through this? That's the question. Nixon sapping one more time. Might even be trying to, like, burn the CD on the sacrifice. The sap is going to run, going right into the cheap shot. They're just going to go in and put the damage down onto the Warlock right now. The DC comes out, so he does run away fleeing. I imagine they'll put the fear down. The fear comes out. He is going to get out of it with the trinket, put the title down onto the Warlock, open back up. The kidney shots, probably full combo points, potentially even. He's getting stunned quite a long time here, getting bursted down. The sapper comes out. Does he have another vanish? Doesn't even need it. The first round goes to Nixon. A lot of damage, explosive. Alright, the dueling flag is going to go down here. Opening up with the cheap shot here. The crippling poison's applied. They do use the living living free potion. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. The DC is going to come out. He's going to be fleeing right now. The immolate hits. Title charm onto the Warlock here. Nixon getting very low. Grenade's going to get resisted. The drain life might be enough. He still also has a Nightfall proc. The second duel does go to Nixon. Or to Sonarian. Chris, there's like there is potions allowed from in the Warlock versus those certain potions allowed in the Warlock versus Rogue matchup. It seems strange, but it's kind of been tradition, and it seemed to have been consistent in the tournaments, and I didn't have reason not to take it out, and I kind of used the baseline rule set. Always up for a discussion, though, for those things, for sure. The dueling flag is going to come down. Re-stealthing. Opening up with the cheap shot. Using their potion right off the bat. He is just bursting that Warlock down. The DC does come out, so this gives the Warlock an opportunity here. Kind of glitching around, it seemed. Title charm coming out from the Rogue, opening right back up into the Warlock. They are going to use the Voidwalker Sacrifice to get the fear off again. No trinket this time. The dots are still on the Rogue. They're trying to close the distance here just that little bit. They might like to get the re-stealth off. They do get the re-stealth off. They are going to try to re-bandage themselves right now. They have the sap on the Warlock, and not only that, the sacrifice might be off by the time they end up opening back up on him, depending on how it goes. Sap comes out. Going with the cheap shot right now. Right into the kidney shot afterwards. They should have enough burst to take him down, and Nixon takes the second round and moves on. Forgot if it was 2-1, but either way. Is Ben and Champagne Poppy here right now? I can summon you. Was your name Tentak God of Duels, or was it God of Duels? I kind of forgot. Oh, there it is. I should have known. I should just add you to my friends list now. So I remember in the future. Oops. Okay, cool. Alright, the next duel is going to be between Ben and Champagne Poppy. Do we have Ben and Champagne Poppy by chance? He might be gone. He might have had to go. Chadley's back. Well, we can try to move on again. You're probably just going to move on, though, Ben. Once it gets to the point where we need to do this matchup, then if he's not there, we'll just move on. Amora and Salad are next. Amora and Salad. Slad probably changing spec our class, our race right now. There he is, going with Gnome this time. Versus the Druid here. Flag going down. Orc span in Rogue versus Rogue, and I think it was Warrior versus Rogue for the Warrior. I think it's the 2 times it is. Dueling flag going down once again here. A lot of Rogues in the tournament tonight. Alright, here's the opener. They are going with the cheap shot. Gouge right after, getting some of that energy back. They are in bear form. They actually did utilize the Gnomish Death Ray there, just for that extra damage, putting out the blind as well. Just getting their energy back again, stealthing, then opening right back up. They're going with the Garrow this time, and the exposed armor, trying to just kind of break through the thick skin of the bear. Now the Druid is going to Tidal Charm, throw a grenade down, which will be resisted. They still get the heal off on themselves. This full burst coming out from the Rogue, and they're getting caught out in bear form too right now, but they do have the bark skin up, so that is going to be big, and then they go back into the bear form. They have the Furbog pouch healing themselves up, but the Rogue did do a lot of damage in that time. But here's the thing, the Druid is still favored, I think, at this point. Unless a blind comes out, he does get the Nature Swiftness and heals himself right back to full. That was getting really close. The Rogue was almost able to burst him down one more time. He sprints at him, is able to get the Gouge off. The next blind comes down, but unfortunately the dots are enough, and there was an Abolished Poison on him, so the first round will go to Amora. It is going to be a cheap shot. Coming out with a cheap shot here. Just putting the exposed armor on them. Tidal Charm going down onto Mora. Mora just camping bear form. The dots are ticking away at him, but they have a lot of heal. They have the Furbog pouch. They have Frenzied Rejuvenation. They're making sure to keep the Fairy Fire off. The first blind comes out, but there's dots on him, so it stops him immediately, or it breaks him immediately.
Evasion down.
Amora won. It might have. GG. Okay, the next duel is going to be between Rhett and the Rogue and Tentak. Maggot was saying, can I switch Shaman for the whole tourney? No, because I wouldn't feel right if you picked your class and you were playing a class and then you saw the matchup and then switched to the counter of the person you were playing. It wouldn't feel right. Like, normally you can enter as anyone you want to, but as soon as those brackets are in place... As soon as the brackets are in place and you've come and brought your character and you see who you fight, then it's kind of set in stone. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, hey, that's fine. That's totally, hey. He's contenders. That was the main reason I did, because the Shaman is weak against the Rogue, or strong against the Rogue. Sorry, the Shaman is strong against the Mage, but if his opponent is saying, go for it, I don't care. That was the main reason I said, not to, is because it didn't feel right to me if I all of a sudden let the Shaman be like, hey, I want to play against the Mage because it's a Mage. But if his opponent's fine with it, totally cool. Because that's the only one it really is going to affect. Like, because then he'll fight a Druid and then probably either a Shadow Priest or a Warrior. Or a Rogue. Jeff, I didn't have T last duel. Oh, yeah, you guys can reduel too. Yeah, go for the reduel while we're waiting for the Shaman. I don't know how he's getting back, to be honest with you. He's not disturbing the duel, which makes me think he probably has a friend that's teleporting here, but... Or it's teleporting him here? Because I don't know how he's getting back otherwise. But he's not being disrupted for the duels, so... Summon, please? I can do that. Was that, yeah. 1 second. Sell it. Okay. You guys can do the reduel there. The dueling flag goes down here. Opening up with the cheap shot. The blind comes out immediately. Just kind of getting the exposed armor on there and trying to get his energy back. Then going with the Garou. Going for the bleed strat. The rupture comes out next. Bear feeling a little bit pressured here. Utilizes the frenzied rejuvenation in the Furbog pouch as well. Kidney shot onto the Druid here. In bear form at least, but look at all those dots ticking away. A lot of them are ending though now. The Druid getting caught out of bear form, but they trinket out of it. They use the Nature Swiftness. They heal themselves back up with the Healing Touch. They abolish Poisonous on him, trying to preemptively, account for that blind that might be coming out here. The Gouge comes out. Abolish Poison is down now. Nice, he waited. And the bleed. Oh my! Oh, I thought for a second there was a bleed, one more bleed, but that was just the Gouge fading. So he can wait for that energy. Opens back up with the Kidney Shot actually. So didn't get the re-stealth off there. But now the Nature's Grasp is going to kind of root him in place here, so it allows for the Druid to kite away. He actually does get to re-stealth up. Oh crap! But then the Rogue's gonna stealth up. This is going to be an interesting series of events here. Oh, no, he can't. Yeah, what am I saying? Fairy Fire. Yeah. Yeah. It just wore off. Oh, damn. I didn't even see that buff was still on him. And the cheap shot's going to come out. Lapping up the kidney just a littlest bit. He's in bear form and has the Innervate rolling along with the regrowth, so he's feeling pretty good right now. The cooldowns from the Rogue are slim pickings at the moment, as the Druid takes his time to summon those servants to do that extra damage. The Kidney Shot going down onto the Druid here, but the Rogue getting very low. And that will go to the Druid. Moving on to the next round. Good duels. Right, I can summon Maggot here. Summon... Noble Fist, I can summon you, buddy. Yeah, that Fairy Fire, so potent. Okay, this next duel is going to be between Maggot and Tentac. Selling Hellstones, 2 silver each. Alright, the dueling flag is going to go down here. Tentac just trying to take down those totems. He does get the sheep off, but the Skull of Impending Doom immediately gets him out of it. He did have that up, but he got stunned with Skull of Impending Doom on with the Title Charm, with the grenade, the full burst coming out from Tentac right now. The Mage Legend, 1 Arcane Explosion, 2 might be enough. No, Nature's Swiftness Heal is going to come out. The Furbog pouch on the Mage right now, healing him up that little bit. The Frost Reflector is going to not get anything this time, unfortunately, but there was that moment he had to be using fire spells, which isn't the end of the world. The Scorch is great as well. It's great single target damage. Doesn't matter what spec you are. Both players could win this one. Maggot's getting very low, though. He purges off anything else that might have been left on Tentac here. Now this is going to be an opportunity to kind of clear the totems out, bandage himself up, play this one by the books fully. The Shaman's already going to be full health anyway because of the duration of the sheep, so he did break out of it, and he got out of it, and he got 2 totems down, but the re-sheep came out. The totem kind of came up as the sheep went out. It almost absorbed it, but not quite. That will be the one of the last diminishing returns here. Any more than that, and it's not going to be looking good in terms of the duration. The Frost Nova coming down. Can the Shaman stop it? He does get the grenade off. The mage instantly blinks it, cycles in the Fire Blast, and does stun them with the grenade as well for a follow-up. And that burst from Frostbolt Kona Cold is enough to finish him off. Good duel. Round 1 going to Tentak. Dueling flag goes down. All right, the duel has begun here. The sheep is put down onto the Shaman here. He gets out of it with the Skull of Impending Doom. You got to give it to him. He's always getting that Skull of Impending Doom, getting out of those sheeps when he needs to. Grenade will not hit the Shaman. Ice blocking just a little bit of that damage, trying to get as aggressive as possible with the Shaman. It's the only way you're going to beat him. Just getting hyper aggressive, and he's doing just that. He even gets the counter spell when he's in a low. This isn't looking good. The second round will go to Tentak. Good duel. Okay, the next duel had to be between Ben and Champagne Poppy. I don't think Champagne Poppy is still here. Hey, Crude Warrior. Hey, mate. Oh, I saw man. Oh, NS apparently bugged there, too. I don't know how he got back, Jake Artemis. I already teleported him. It's kind of weird. All right, this is going to be Ben. This is going to be Ben versus the Warrior here. There's no helmet. There's no 30-minute cooldowns for this one. Which that could be maybe another question, and you know that could be another thing, something else we question. Should Warriors get something versus the Warlocks? But all right, for now, the charge is going to go in. All right, he's going to go in with the charge. The seduction comes out. He's not going for the dot approach. He's just going for that raw damage approach to the pyro. Oh my! What the hell just happened there? That burst. What the? That was a lot of damage. Did both of those had to have crit, right? Absolutely insane. That was a lot of damage all at once. It wouldn't matter if we gave him 30-minute cooldowns and helmet when something like that happens. He does get the charge off. The DC comes out onto him. There's going to be a Tidal Charm coming down onto the Warlock. They are able to actually take that. They actually took that one. It happened really quickly. That's going to be the key. Being able to get out of the Succubus's grasp and actually close the distance is going to be big. That was a huge burst. Sapper is allowed. Yeah, Sapper's allowed. Yeah. Sapper's allowed. Like Nat, all that, any of that fun stuff. The HP's right here, mate. The one thing I want though is cast bars, because I don't have that right now. I don't know why. Like my current add-on wasn't giving me that. All right, the duel is going to start. The DC is going to come out. Then the fear afterwards. Oh, the title charm going down onto the Warlock here. Warrior getting very low. The Shadow Burn coming out. And he is going for the Curse of Elens for that extra damage. That is going to be Sapper for Sapper traded. The grenade is not going to hit from the Warlock. And the Warrior is able to just kind of finish him off with Execute. No SL in this one. Faurizio versus Nixon is the next duel. Good luck. This is Faurizio's. He hasn't played much Priest, so he's trying something new out here. So I commend him for it. It is a strong class though, so you might be able to actually take the W. Yeah, it was like a one shot. And then the Warrior did come back. Yeah, I should. Oh, nice. You clipped it. Thanks, Smokes. You're the real MVP here. Alright, here, the sap. Alright, going with the cheap shot first. Trying to break through that powered shield. Kidney shot right away afterwards. Just going for a full burst combo here. Will we see sap or anything? Oh my goodness, that's something to note. The blackout proc just from the shadow, the priests, the troll priest racial, the blackguard, to be able to, those procs, it's amazing. The mind flay is going to come out. The shadow word pain is on him as well. Shadow priest just coming out and doing what they do best. It's not over just yet though. Nixon still has something to say about it. The blackout proc just changed the course of this match. The cheap shot opener, not enough. Round one going to might win. See, that's the one thing about our Shadow Guard. That's the one thing about it. You can get blackout procs. It's pretty nice. Then you have Berserking too. It's going for the sap. The Shadow the powered shield is on him, and the longer it's not taken off, the sooner they're gonna be able to almost reset it right away again. The cheap shot coming down. They do have the wound poison on him. Not overlapping it at all, but the kidney shot does come out. First blind, and he just breaks through the powered shield and does about 4%. It's rough. It absorbs a lot of damage. Re-stealths and just saps again. Alright, here we go. The cheap shot comes down. They're going to try to potentially stun lock him here. Are we going to see another kidney? No, it's actually on CD right now. Blind number 1 down. Psychic Stream connects, but he uses the trinket to instantly get out of it. However, he's in a tough spot. Tidal Charm hits, Grenade does too, then the Mind Flay is enough to finish him off. Might win, might win. Alright, so this is going to be between, and keep in mind this is a best of 5. Ermora and Tentak. Amora and Tentak, Druid versus Mage.
The Destroyer of Worlds.
Alright. The dueling flag going down here. Starfire! Oh my goodness, just going with the Starfire right off of the bat. They didn't even open up with this cat form. They just went on for the big ol' cast. The big ol' cast, they heal themselves up with that regrowth, trying to get those hots on himself running, because the burst from the mage is great, and he knows how to do it. Tentak knows how to put down that instant, that pain, But that Nature Swiftness healing touch is going to get him in a much more comfortable position. He throws down an evocation or the innervate because he knows he's going to need it. Keeping himself very healthy, just trying to run Tentec dry. Make him run out of everything. The counterspell going down onto the Warlock. That's a Palm Frostbolt and then a Fire Blast that is going to connect. The Kona Cold does afterwards. The Moonfire hits. The Moonfire hits! And the first round goes to Amora. Very close. Close duel. The Moonfire, going with the Moonfire opener. I absolutely love it. He's saying, you're going to burst, I'm going to burst. This Druid doing something a little bit differently than you see a lot of the time. The regrowth coming down, healing himself back up. Honestly, though, the Mage is under pressure right now. Normally, it's the Druid that's under pressure, but right now, the Mage is under pressure. And honestly, the Mage is ready to shove that right back at him. But, oh, is he in a position? There's just too much damage coming out from this Druid right now. This is a best of 5, so even if he wins this, Tentec could take it back, but this Druid is doing a very good job. Hot damn. Technically 2 raids to respec. It's for fun. So, if you know, I don't, you know, there's nothing even on the line here, so I don't know. If the Druid doesn't care, I definitely don't, but I almost put it on the Druid there. That's not really fair, huh? Yeah, he's using Invis at the start, I'm pretty sure. Normally, it's just right before the duel, and that's it. Yeah. I should probably stick to that, shouldn't I? So I'm more legit, you know what I mean? As much as I want to let you. It might make for a series, you know, a longer series, which would always be fun too, though. Yeah, there's a couple different specs you'll sometimes see the mages run versus Druid, a few different even. And this might be like a Palm Frostbolt type thing. I imagine he maybe would have considered something with the fire spec, maybe Impact and Ignite or something like that. There is the grenade that is going to connect. Regrowth, Rejuvenation, healing the Druid up a little bit. The mage kind of on the back foot here. He has the Furbog pouch. It's kind of a Boomkin playstyle here right now. There's the counter spell. This is what he needs. This is the burst window that he needs. Oh, but there is the Nature Swiftness. Oh, Palm was CD'd. Oh, that's so silly. Reduel. We'll reduel her. Good tournament so far. It's been a long night, folks. If you're just joining me, this is going to be the last tournament of the night. Your boy Jeffrey's starting to feel fatigued. But there's going to be more of this in the coming days for sure. Always like to keep it spicy. Try to get as many people as possible. I'd say there's a prize pool more often than not. And yeah, some stuff to look forward to in the future tournaments. WK says, Knight, you sound American. I am. It's been my schedule's really wonky, mate. It's one of those where I woke up at 1 AM my time, and it kind of was night when I started streaming in a sense. And I've slowly been like waking up later and later. I'm ready for Classic. I'm full degenerate. This not on this one, Noble Fist. This was just an on the fly. This one was just a for fun one. A shame the one you managed to get in here tonight. The two previous were the Starfire going down. The Boomkin Dream. Is going to hit him with the Frostbolt. The Druid just trying to burn Mind Quickening Gems cooldown here. He doesn't want to get hit by it. are hit by all the spells that would result if he was in range, closer. One spell is not going to be as bad. And he's still a couple time for a couple Scorches, perhaps. But the Druid's playing this one very safe here. Has the regrowth on themselves, has the Innervate on. Druid getting lower. Nature Swiftness, Healing Touch themselves back up to full. Moonfiring from far away, max range, excellent kiting happening right now. Part of the problem is going to be Tentak is going to get low on mana. But he still might have enough to actually finish him off. The first Ice Block's going to come out. He should have the Cold Snap, so he does have that Cold Snap still. He's evocating. He knows he needs to. The Druid will stun them. Blinks out of it immediately. The biggest thing is they interrupted that Moonfire. Puts the Insect Swarm Moonfire on and just kind of like runs away. Knows that it's just not worth it to get that bursted down. He's going for the Wrath. He's getting offensive. One more is going to potentially do it. Is he going to take this one 3-0? One Moonfire is enough to do it. That was duel 3, wasn't it? Yeah. Good duel. Good duel. Good duel. The next duel is going to be between Marmalade Warrior and Fabrizio. Marmalade Warrior and Fabrizio. This is going to be a best of 5. Someone might win. I can do that. Yeah. Thanks for showing up, Tentak. Another fellow content creator. I need to get a command for like linking certain things. Tentak, if you're in the chat, could you link your YouTube, mate? Did I summon him? You guys should check him out. He's a really fucking good mage. He can teach you things that I can't. This is going to be hard for the warrior. I don't think it's anything special that you get versus the priest. Just the rage potion. No additionals though. You know your standard stuff. Your net. You get helmet versus like hunter, mage. 30-minute cooldowns versus mage. 30-minute cooldowns versus paladins. There it is. Thanks, mate. I'm just gonna actually have that handy so I don't gotta ask you. Because you participate in a lot of these tournaments and... Okay. Alright. Okay, here we go. They are going to charge the priest. The title charm going down onto the warrior here. Warrior at about half HP. The Grandmaster Arena Trinket on the warrior being used. Charges back in with the intercept. The priest getting very low. They do have the powered shield that they cannot use just yet. Oh, the mind. Oh my goodness. It's just Mind Blast is all it takes to finish him off at that point. I was kind of waiting for the warrior to maybe get that last melee off and be able to execute. The charge is going to go down. They're not fucking around right away. Just cycling on those dots onto the warrior. And the Sapper comes out as well. He's not fucking around. Title 2, but you are going to see the Berserking from the Troll Priest, which will help them. The Blackout proc comes out onto the warrior. Will it come down to that? The Grandmaster Arena Trinket giving the warrior that little extra cushion there that he needs. Furbog Pouch coming out from Might Win. Mind Blast will connect, and it will be 2-0 for the warrior, but not to worry. It is a best of 3, and honestly, those were really close duels. You could still reverse sweep it, mate. Very explosive gameplay. It wouldn't be the last time. Fabrizio found his new class here tonight. The dueling flag going down, charging in right away. Dots are put down. Marmalade not fucking around though, just utilizing that burst. The title charm comes out and to a blackout proc. No, gosh, you hate to see it. You hate to see it, but he does have that Grandmaster Arena Trinket. Can he charge back in with the intercept? No, it's over. That's a 3-0. Honestly, though, especially those first couple, it was actually very close. It could have gone either way. Okay, now let's get the loser bracket out. It's going to be Tentak versus Marmalade Warrior here, if you guys would like to do the losers bracket here. This is going to be a hard one for our warrior friend. He's like, thanks a lot, Jeff. He's like, thanks, Jeff. Yep, you're allowed. Yeah, you're allowed helmet. You're allowed 30-minute cooldown. Yep, the whole shebang. The free action potion. It's just such a hard matchup. You still rarely see the warrior win it. Was that the final? No, that was the no. This is for third place, Fritzio. Okay, he did get frozen. He actually got sheeped with the living. Honestly, with the free action potion on him, he did get sheeped there, and this is where it gets difficult. He still has recklessness. You know, he still has helmet. But that tool is not available to him anymore. He uses the Frost Reflector instantly, charges right back in. The Title Charm going out onto the Mage. The grenade is going to connect. MQG is going to allow him to sheep one more time quite quickly. He's popping the Recklessness. But the Mage is just doing too much. Too much. That rock, paper, scissors matchup is too real. And this just wasn't able to get enough done in those burst windows. Fritzio, yeah, I think that was 3-mate, because you had two really close duels, and then the last one wasn't quite as close as the first two. The first two is like either one of you could have won. Here, there's the Frost Nova. Didn't get the free action potion out, but he still has it available to him. That's the thing. The charge going out. They do have that free action potion still, but honestly, Tentak is just going to ice block this, very likely. Double Cone of Cold, Fire Blast finishes him off. One more duel is all it takes. So, or it might be a reverse. It's always possible to have reverse sweep. It's gonna be it's an uphill match. It's gonna be an uphill battle though. Gets the charge off. Gets Frost Nova immediately. Drinks that potion, and then he gets sheeped. So the sheep is out. It's rough. Tentak sheeping one more time. Oh. Tentak playing a little bit. Does use the Mind Quickening Gem, the full Fireball. Might have just been, the thing is, he's not really, because he's burning time to try to. Oh no, double net, but there is the gnome racial, which I absolutely love, because that net lasts a really long time. Now he can always blink out of it, but let's say he didn't blink. But yeah, he was waiting for that opportunity to for the free action potion to wear off, so he was just burning time. That is going to be a 3-0, so we'll move on to the finals. It's going to be Amora versus Faurizio. Best of 5 here. This is very likely the final round, the final matchup of the night. I'm feeling very fatigued, folks, so I've had a hell of a lot of fun, and I'll be back in the coming days. But this will very likely be the finals here. The dueling flag comes down. This will be a best of 5. This Drew has been playing very well, and I haven't had the privilege of shoutcasting him before, but I do hope they sign up for more of these in the future. Always looking for good Druids that are doing something a little bit different, and we've been seeing a lot of them in the past few days. Yawn is another one. Brabla. there was a couple of them. And then here we go. He's gonna burn through that Grandmaster Arena trinket so quickly. There's just a lot of damage coming out. I really like that he uses cloaking device and almost uses for a full starfire onto his opponent to start things off instead of like the traditional rip, rake, bleed strategy that you see, or the pounce, you know, from the cat that you see a lot of the time. As of right now, the Druid's looking to be in a potentially more comfortable position because he still has the evocation. He does bash as well, but it is going to get resisted. The Psychic Stream comes out. The Mind Blast will follow, almost off cooldown again. He can just kind of keep rotating those in. The thing is, though, the Druid has Innervate. The Priest is low on mana. The Druid is just trying to outlast the Priest at this point. I think we're seeing some lag right now. Oh my goodness. Honestly, though, it was getting to the point where I think the Druid had it anyway. I don't think the lag affected this particular matchup. Shadow, our powered shield being cycled, but the Druid just kind of gnawing through it. He has Nature's Grace, too, for that little bit of extra cast time for the Wrath that he was popping out. They're playing safe. They get the regrowth off. They go back into cheetah form here. They get the Moonfire down onto the Priest. Insect Swarm as well. From downtown, the grenade will connect. One Wrath. One Moonfire. And the first round's looking like it's going to go to Amora. They're gonna have to do that 2 more times if they want to take this one home. But it feels as though they know what they want to do this matchup. They just want to try to burn the Priest's mana. Try to make him utilize all his mana as they're just surviving. Using things like Nature's Swiftness and Healing Touch to keep them full. Constantly having those hots rolling. Yeah, that is something that the Shadow Priest may want to, or the Shadow Priest. We haven't seen him implore yet, but perhaps we will. But maybe the Psychic Stream mana burn. That's always a good way to deal with those healers. But we'll see if he's able to, because Amora is spacing themselves oh so appropriately. Here we go. They pop the cooldowns. They get the Starfire rolling. It seemed like they popped a cooldown, but yeah, they did. They have the unstable power. They wanted to hit as hard as possible. They feel that this is going to yield them more damage than those bleeds in the beginning, and not only that, they're already far away, so they're not going to instantly get feared. But if they're a melee, they would have instantly got feared the second they tried to open after the pounce faded. He's going back into bear form, utilizing the bash. Now the Priest can heal themselves back up, but the grenade comes down. The burst is starting to land, and this it is going to be a title charm. And it's possible he could have won with Mind Blast, but it's unlikely. The Druid had more HP than him. I don't think unless it crit, it would have killed him, allowing the Druid to just heal himself back up anyway. Do we have the Nature's Swiftness still? I think that was already potentially utilized. He's going to just Healing Touch because he knows that those hots are likely going to be dispelled, so the regrowth wasn't something he did. He just went with the Healing Touch, heal himself up, more comfortable total. This is looking to be a pretty close game right now. Maybe Druid favor that Wrath. If that crits at all, that's going to be really bad for Faritzio. He does cycle that Powered Shield one more time as he tries to kite away. The Druid just drinking. They're going to drink. You know what? They're going to drink. We've had plenty of long duels tonight. I'm hungry for it. It's going to be a lasting one. Thing is, are we going to see something funky now with a grenade on one earlier? This is a gentleman's duel. Both of them just want to go up to full. I don't see where the Druid is just yet until there we go. Get a little bit closer. They're full. Faritzio trying to grenade. He does pull them out. He didn't get to full. He goes for the grenade. It was one of those where we've seen it a couple times tonight, where someone will sometimes try to use a grenade, and then they start eating, and then their opponent is stunned when they're still eating, and then they get 1 or 2 ticks and they call it a day. You sometimes will see things like that. I haven't seen it too often, but it's pretty neat when that does line up correctly. The Druid looking to be in the dominant position here. The Wrath comes down. The Silence onto the Druid. Not looking good for Faritzio. One Wrath, one Moonfire. And the next duel will go to Amora. Only one more, and then the Druid takes home the glory. Alright, the dueling flag goes down. Power shield is cycled. Goodbye, Nixon. Take care. Take care, take care. Thanks for playing today. This is going to be another one of those where I'd imagine he's going to open up with the Starfire. There it is. He pops his cooldown. Starfire's coming out. Moonfire and Insect Swarm will connect. This Moonkin is just laying it down, honestly. But there comes the Title Charm onto the Druid. They are caught out just a little bit there. They're going to have to heal himself up with a Nature Swiftness. They do. Oh, but they're getting very close. Oh, did it get dispelled? I think it just got dispelled, actually. The Nature Swiftness might have even gotten dispelled, but either way, the grenade came down right as he was trying to use it. So, solid play there. Able to take a win. It is going to be 1-2, or 2-1 Druid's lead. One reset needs to happen. Zaba says, hey, I'm actually playing on Harad Alliance. We'll be doing any community tournaments on Classic. Zaba, I'm going to try my damnedest. I really do want to. I think we're going to make it happen. I think there would be enough interest with how many friends are going Harad where we could at least get 8 people together, minimally, and that's all you need. More than that is awesome. But an 8-person tournament can last up to an hour with depending on the matchup, or depending on the matchups, and but that's with cooldowns too, so that makes a difference. I am NA. Yep, NA. And I'm definitely going to be coordinating these in Classic to the best of my ability. And I'll also try to cast these occasionally on Henhouse once things wind down on the classic fresh grind in a month or 2 or 3 or whatever it takes, and then I'll come back on Friday nights for Friday night fights here. But anyway, let's get back to this duel. This is the finals. I'm getting ahead of myself. You can see it, tell I'm getting tired. The Druid is going to shift out of bear form here, put the Moonfire and Insect Swarm down. They're getting very low right now. Title Charm coming down onto the Druid from the Priest. Priest ties it up 2-2 actually. Oh my goodness, what in the hell of it? I needed to be paying just a little bit more attention. I pride myself in locking into the zone there, but I did not lock in quite well enough. Fritzio sneaking up on us here. But I am NA as well. I am Sharpie going to be playing Harad still, even if it's going to be crazy. I've committed too hard. Like, I've told too many people I was going to play there, and it's kind of been one where I've been kind of telling people that for like days now that come into the stream, so I'd feel really bad. Oh my goodness, he didn't get the cloaking device. This is absolutely terrible. They looked like a shoo-in, but now they're really going to have their work cut out for them. They didn't get that opener at all. They didn't have the cloaking device. So there is going to be a grenade that comes out. They try to run away here with the cheetah form. The servant, one skeleton's beating on the other. That's a damn shame. The grenade will connect. Might win, getting very aggressive here. Puts down the Mind Flay. Nature Swiftness Healing Touch is going to heal him back up. The Druid trying to just kite away. They want control back over this. Healing, just a flat healing touch. But they, oh my goodness, is this a reverse sweep? Is it a reverse sweep? That's rough. Good duels, guys. Good duels. The winner is actually going to be Fabrizio, coming from behind with the reverse sweep. Fabrizio, well.